Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon X. Today we shall be challenging the Laverre City Gym, which means, for the first time in the Pokemon franchise, we're going to be in a gym full of Fairy-type Pokemon. Helldragon, pop quiz. What types of Pokemon should you use to counter Fairy types?
If I wanted to kill a Fairy, I'd bring a Lich, is that right?
Close enough, but I'll give you the proper answers. Number 1, Poison types. For obvious reasons, including, but not limited to, Fern Gully, the Last Rainforest.
Ah.
Yes, that classic. Number 2, the Steel type. Why is this, Helldragon?
I believe it's because, and I know this because I played a Dresden Files campaign, which is a modern fantasy type setting. The Fae are actually weak to cold iron.
That is correct. And just to immaturely take this back to cartoons, if you ever watched Gargoyles, Oberon was weak to iron. Yes, the fair folk can't stand iron, and since there's no iron type in this game, I guess they went with the closest approximation, steel.
Well, what if a Steel-type Pokemon was actually made of gold? Would that still count?
That would just be really confusing and completely fuck up the metagame.
I'm a Gold-type. Well, I am a Copper-type. Just get, like, different brass dragons in here.
If you thought I was going to fight any trainers in this episode, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, you know, it's so nice that not only did they rip off Sabrina's gym from Generation 1, again with the teleporters, but you know, you could use these teleporters for so many things. You know, like transporting supplies to people who need it. You know, like food and medicine, things like that. But nope, we gotta do it in our fancy little gym.
So, before the Fairy type was properly unveiled, did you think this was a Bug-type gym?
Well, when I looked at Valerie here the first time, you know, especially with her eyes, like, you could barely see the whites in her eyes. I thought, I guess she's an alien, I don't know. I don't want to face her in a dark alley. See, where are her hands? She's got, like, these gigantic wing-like sleeves, but you don't see her hands at all.
Ours is better, just saying.
Well, nothing is better than the clamps!
Clamps, kebams, but we're going to go with fire for this one. Like I said, I'm changing up my Pokemon team for each gym.
Now, I notice you're not Mega Evolving your Charizard just yet. Why is that?
I am waiting for the right opportunity, which is to say the last Serena fight.
So wait, you're gonna wait until the last Serena fight against an opponent who barely changes up their team and barely has any effectiveness, and then you're gonna do overkill?
That is when I finally crushed the Pokemon dream in her heart.
Just I imagine you like Mega Evolve your Charizard and you blow her up, and then you like lord over her while she's laying on the ground defeated. Now you know who the true Pokemon champion is.
Now, you may have thought I wouldn't use a trade Pokemon in a gym fight. You'd be wrong, I fight dirty.
Don't you have any other Steel Pokemon though besides Thumper? Because let's be honest, Thumper is kind of lame.
Well, you say that, but wait until it unleashes the Iron Tail. But to go back to your other question, I have, obviously, a Lucario, but it's also part fighting type, and yes, while Steel would retard psychic damage slightly, it will still take super effective damage from psychic attacks.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I guess that is a good choice, but I don't know. Again, we're gonna go back to my usual metric for Pokemon. It looks terrible, therefore it's bad!
2 down, 1 to go.
If this gym really is the kind of fairy tale house we're finding in, I'm imagining we're going to be causing a lot of collateral damage from here on out.
I'm going to burn the friggin' thing to the ground on my way out, mate. This is a house of evil is what this is.
Yeah, it's that fucking house from The Seventh Guest. Do you ever play that?
No, but you're always going on about it.
Now, what do you think of Sylveon? Like, me personally, I'm sort of divided. Like, I like how, you know, it's an interesting representative of the fairy type. But at the same time, you know, it's sort of drastically different from the other Eevee evolutions, especially in terms of the eyes and the ribbons it's got going on. What do you think about it?
Yes, the flesh ribbons. I'm kind of apathetic towards Sylveon. I neither like nor dislike it. It's weak to poison, which is always great. I just wish I had some stronger moves other than Poison Jab, but I bought so many cloves, the TM for Poison Jab is all I could afford, you know, without wanting to go without food, etc. But it's a decent Pokemon. I love the discussions about it before the game actually came out. Oh, it's a bug type because of its eyes. It's flying, I guess.
Yeah, they revealed Sylveon before they actually revealed the fairy type, didn't they?
Yeah, there were a lot of question marks about this particular Pokemon for a long time. Toxic is a great move to use in this fight, because, like I said, Poison Jab, even with stab damage, isn't that effective. I mean, it'll do a lot of damage, but it won't do, like, over a half bar's worth, so whittle it down with Toxic, which gets stronger over time, and it would be just weak enough for you to use Poison Jab without the leader healing Sylveon.
Oh, very nice. You abuse some sort of stuff on a meta level, I realized.
Yeah, it's called Strategy, Helldragon. Look into it.
Strategy? Come on, man. Usually my strategy involves, did you swing enough? If not, keep doing it.
Yeah, come on, I ain't got any time for you to be waxing poetically. We got 4 parts to record now. Gimme, gimme, gimme. With some kind of gemstone in the middle. Don't tell her about that. I think she may have slipped in some money. Alright, calm down.
Now, Dazzling Gleam is a fairy-type move, and it basically emits like a huge flash of light to damage opponents. Now, of course, we have to ask the obvious question, where does this flash of light come from a Pokemon?
They're Soul Helldragon. Fairy types are the most fabulous of Pokemon. You only have to look at Sylveon to see this. I don't know why Mr. Mime was classified as one, or reclassified as one, because he's on some type of register, which doesn't really allow for fabulousness, but I digress.
So, if Sylveon is actually the most fabulous Pokemon out there, would you say it's a Pokemon worthy of JoJo?
JoJo. Always with the goddamn JoJo. What have you got to say? Yeah, that's nice. Goodbye.
That was nice, but it's no JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, let me tell you that. Now, did they give you free Pokeballs at the end of the Pokeball Factory tour? Because I'd be all for that, personally.
Yeah, it's like the Safari Zone, but instead of Safari Balls, you get Tour Balls.
What would a tour ball do?
Catch employees.
Okay. Well, that was a really short part. What do you want to talk about now?
I suppose we should just close up this one, so we'll see you all next time on part 26 of Pokemon X. No, seriously, don't go anywhere, please. We're nothing without you.
Ooh, 8 minutes. Boy, I am tired. How about you? You want to just sit down and talk about our feelings for the rest of the time?
I'm feeling that that's a bad idea.
Get out. Nobody likes you, Thumper.
What's your problem with Steelix?
He looks like shit, and thus it's bad. That's the metric. Abide by it.
So, you like Onyx, but you didn't like its, metal stage, so to speak.
Well, I'm not saying Onyx looks great. Like, I have other Pokemon I prefer over Onyx, but Onyx looks respectable compared to the, Captain Underbite that is Steelix, don't you think?
I'm sorry, did Onyx, like, put a donation towards JoJo or something?
Well, I'm not obliged to say anything about that, but let's just say we might be getting it sooner than we thought.
I did really good in that, Jim. I deserve a new hat and a feather to go along with it.
So you literally put a feather in your cap. Did you call it macaroni while we're here?
No, that's a Pikachu. I'm currently IV training. This is really weird. You can buy the clothes while you're in the dressing room, implying they're just handing you the clothes.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. I can just imagine you, like, putting your hand through the curtain with some money. I'll take this now.
Doesn't really go with the white hat, though. It goes, there you go, better with red and black.
When are you going to change the boots out, though? I don't know. I think they're too big for your current pants.
I'm not sure if I ever change the boots, to be honest. In fact, I don't think I'll ever wear another set of boots again.
Can you even buy boots as the male trainer?
Yes, you can.
Okay, just making sure, because, you know, if I'm going to have limited options, I might as well customize it to my taste as much as possible.
Ugh, so tacky.
I guess what happens when you go to Walmart. Yeah, I'm sure somebody owns this either, but I guess not.
Mine now.
Look, I need it. I'm a Pokemon trainer. Times are very hard. I've had to buy like 2 pairs of jeans today. I'm sorry. Look, I really need it.
Yeah, I'm flat broke now. Interesting little tidbit. One of our fans mentioned that the theme for Laverre City actually plays during a flashback where Ash and Serena meet for the first time.
Is that right? I hope that pays off in an interesting way, and it probably won't, let's be honest, but still. Hey, Shauna, why don't you just annoy him? That always works, right?
Oh, Tierno, you're here. I actually completely forgot you were in this game.
You know, I'm looking at these things on the site, and I'm wondering, what kind of factory is this?
Is it the Rare Candy Factory?
Yes, that's where they come from.
Oh, it's the Sylph Scope Factory.
Watch out! He's tackily dressed!
Surprising no one, Team Flare has taken over the Pokeball Factory.
Tierno, I want you, when you find that guy, I want you to fucking kick him in the nuts. And this isn't a joke. I really want you to destroy his man equipment. Because, honest to God, everybody in Team Flare deserves one right now.
I want you to de-equip his nads.
I want you to take out his commander.
Low jump kick to the balls.
Just don't miss, okay?
I don't usually go hunting for items, but there's a max Ether here, and on the other side there's a max Revive, so if you're not going to use them, you can at least sell them at Pokemarts for the big bucks.
Now, I have no idea why the Pokeball Factory decided to grow in hedge mazes to hide stuff in. I guess that's just the thing they do.
Well, it's kind of a bland environment. You got to spruce it up somehow.
That's true. Let's just put confusing hedge mazes and look for a Minotaur Pokemon to throw in there. Actually, if you put a Tauros in one of these, that would be like, speak to me on so many levels.
Alright, hoarding complete. Let's actually go carry on with the story.
Oh, the story? I don't want to do that. It's not that great so far.
Do you know what playthrough you signed up for?
Yes, Tom. I'm only continuing the playthrough because Tom made me. Where is the receptionist? I swear, the service in this place is absolutely horrible.
She's been converted to Team Flare now.
Ugh.
In fact, that probably is the receptionist. Oh, damn!
Oh! You better have Burn Heal! Gotta get in one of those, don't I?
Okay, Serena, +1 in the NTom book.
Well, at least she distracts her while you go up to actually do something.
The Pokeball Factory is a bit of an odd beast, because it's a super small environment, but because of the way it's laid out, it can be a tad confusing to navigate, especially with the walkways covering the majority of the lower level.
Yeah, sure, I just saw, like, the layout for this factory, I'm like, oh god, just more like Switch puzzles and shit. Kind of funny how we fought on a floor that is completely different in the Pokeball Factory, and yet here we are fighting on tile.
It's called the Battle Dimension, mate.
Oh yeah, the Battle Dimension, I forgot. Is that like the Shadow Realm in Yu-Gi-Oh? You know, like, take them to the Battle Dimension! Oh, no. It's like the realm you go into in Bakugan, where time slows down, and you go to like an alternate dimension to have your giant monster battles. You ever see that Bakugan, by the way? I don't fucking recommend it, but still.
Did we watch an episode 2 of that, or was that Battle Beat-A-Man?
That was Battle Beat-A-Man, and you know what? I'm going to defend Battle Beat-A-Man. Even though the anime was absolutely stupid, the Game Boy Advance games were surprisingly fun and addicting to me.
Now, I could use Sparky for this, but for whatever reason, Ice seems to do a lot more damage, so...
Somehow he hits himself. I don't even know how he does that. Does he, like, tap himself with his own snout?
Okay, are you, like, gender blind or something? You've called male Pokemon female and female Pokemon male a lot throughout the course of this playthrough.
Look, I'm not willing to go look and make sure. Okay, you can if you want. That's not my speed.
All Laprases look the same to me.
All the dirty Laprases are the same.
You know what's funny? Back in the Laverre City Gym, obviously I do a few takes for each part, which can get really annoying if I end up bumping into walls a lot, because yes, that is a trigger for me to restart a part, sadly. Sylveon didn't use Dazzling Gleam at all. It basically just spammed Swift, the dumb shit.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, you defeated me. I guess I still gotta go operate the equipment anyway. I don't even think you have any burn heal for that sick burn from earlier.
Well, it's not our problem if they feel insecure.
I'm looking for a part-time job! Can anyone help?
Do not attempt to ride the conveyor belts. Note, we will not stop you from riding the conveyor belts.
Conveyor belts are too fun. They are not allowed. Trying to think of what other dungeons this place reminds me of in other RPGs. Oh, I think I know. It sort of reminds me of 2300 AD in Chrono Trigger, because that's the first thing that came to mind.
I want to say Xenoblade, just when you get onto the Mechonis, but that was more about elevators than conveyor belts, really.
You know what, lady? I'm gonna give you a tip here. I'm pretty sure you can become friends with Pokemon without Pokeballs. I'm just throwing that out here.
Friends don't capture friends. Don't catch Pokemon!
Friends don't let friends throw Pokeballs when they're drunk. Go Nidoking! Oh, it's my Starmie, I forgot.
I just used a Hyper Potion before this as well. Well, I guess I am a fool.
Nicely done. Awesome, thank you.
This has been yet another playthrough brought to you by NTom64.
I'm the inspector and I don't like what's going on here. I'm so glad that it's so inconvenient and hard to reach the switches that reverse the treadmills in a factory. That's nicely done, I think. Alright, I need you to reverse the treadmills. I need you to go all the way over there and fight these two guys on the way.
Yeah, basically they work for about 3 hours a day. The rest of that time is spent riding the conveyor belt in the wrong direction.
Hey, as long as they're getting paid by the hour, okay? I would totally love a job where all I did was ride conveyor belts. Woo! This is awesome!
Well, you pretty much have one already. You ride onto Skype, you ride through the playthrough part, and then you ride away into the distance.
Nicely done, actually.
Now, you'll notice that they said a contribution of about 5 million. That's pretty much accurate, because I'm not sure, but I think one of the waitresses in Lysander's Cafe mentions that they're trying to save up to become a proper member of Team Fleur.
Is that right?
I don't know how to break this to you, Helldragon, but I'm starting to think that Lysander may not be the pure-hearted philanthropist he claims to be.
No, you're fucking with me, really?
And he seemed like such a nice guy as well.
I can just imagine, like, Nidoking coming from Gen 1 and seeing all these new Pokemon. What the fuck kind of Pokemon is that? Why can't you hold up your pants? Get a belt!
The creepy thing is, for Scraggy in its evolved form, those pants are flesh.
That's true. Then again, I guess a lot of Pokemon are like that. You know, they have all these interesting features, but they sort of have to justify it with the fact that they're flesh or their skin or something like that. Like with Sylveon's, flesh ribbon thing going on. Let's all shudder simultaneously. The
3D model for Nidoking is really good, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks really nice in 3D. Back in my day, we didn't have Pokemon who needed to keep their pants up, and we weren't fighting dogs with go horns.
I'm still disappointed that Houndoom's Mega Evolution doesn't have 3 heads like a Cerberus.
That would have been amazing, but probably would have been a bit too weird for Pokemon, I think. Okay, well, Dodrio technically has 3 heads, but he somehow makes it work. I think with Houndoom, that would have been way complicated.
Well, I think Dodrio owns the copyright to that kind of thing.
First day on the job. Awesome, Houndoom. Awesome.
The admins of Team Flare, everyone.
You're fired. So, that was pathetic. Anybody else?
We're gonna have a double battle now. If only there was someone else with us who could be the second participant in this double battle.
Tierno, thank God you're here. Oh no, it's Serena.
Well, you see, in Y version, Tierno does run to help you.
How would that have fucking worked? It probably wouldn't have worked very well, let's be honest.
You know what, Serena? I have faith in you. You can take this solo.
Yeah, you know, you say you want to be stronger. I think now is the perfect time to prove it.
Trial by fire, motherfucker.
Look, she's got a fucking Cyclops visor. Like, straight up, it's a Cyclops visor.
Is Meowstic the only Pokemon you have? Switch it up.
Yeah, you know she barely changes her team. But at the same time, that Meowstic is sort of like a crutch at this point for her, don't you think?
Well, I suppose you could call it her signature Pokemon, but you'd think the starter would have that position.
That's true. Come here and please kill me. Good idea.
You want some, you slag. Speaking of slag.
Back in my day, Pokemon could take a hit.
"10 years later.
You know, the thing about Liepard is that apparently it was supposed to show up, I believe in like a 2-parter special for Team Plasma. But because of the whole earthquake thing that happened in Japan, that never came to be. And it only showed up like later on near the end of Black and White, I believe.
I believe that's true, yeah. I'm not sorry about Meowstic at all, by the way. It was the means to the end.
Kid, I'm just showing you how to improve. I'm doing you a favor. You'll thank me later on.
You will win the league. You will win the league.
Quit lying to me, Liepard! I know I want to believe it, but it's just not true.
Gotta love that chain reaction.
Nicely done. Once again, I reign supreme as it was meant to be. See, if the other admin had just used her Hyper Beam Super, it would have worked out a lot better, don't you think?
Tom received 11,000 for winning, and he shared none of it with Serena.
You know, she didn't do any of the work. Oh, well, I'm glad we didn't stop them from taking all the Pokeballs anyway.
But you actually also complete fuck-ups. That was my entire stock. We're out of business now.
They give you an interesting choice here. Get a Master Ball or a Big Nugget. Now, you would think about getting the Master Ball, and I know you pick it here. But Big Nuggets can buy you many Pokeballs and Ultra Balls, eh?
Explain how.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Big Nuggets can be sold at the Pokemart for lots of dollars.
But no matter what you pick, he gives you the second one too, which is a pretty good fucking bonus, I gotta say. Although I have to question, why in the hell they don't make more than one Master Ball these days? You would think you would want Pokemon capturing to be an automatic success all the time, considering how much we want to be friends with Pokemon and shit.
R&D costs, price points, etc. Also, 2 Master Balls, because Serena got one as well.
So are you saying, like, the Pokeball is, like, the basic class, and the Ultra Ball is, like, business class?
And the, Luxury Ball, that's for people with too much money and too little sense.
Look, I'm sorry, this factory isn't up to code. I'm gonna have to shut it down.
Well, Tina, if you're looking for something to do, why don't you be the new receptionist?
Hey, yeah, you'd probably do better than the whole Pokemon thing, let's be honest.
Well, he can direct people to different parts of the factory by dancing. Where's the lavatory? It's over there.
See, I like how they stole the Pokeballs, yet behind the receptionist desk there are very clearly a bunch of Pokeballs they did not take.
No, that's just Pokeball-themed Christmas cards.
Well, more like I'm 80% stronger and Serena's like 20% stronger. It still adds up to 100%.
Now you can see in the upper left there that the factory workers have returned to their posts.
Standing around, not actually maintaining equipment. Who's this asshole? Oh no, why'd you go to MSNBC for your news?
They were pretty quick on the ball announcing this. We only just got out of the friggin' factory.
That's true, I guess there was like some reporter nearby. I bet it's that Clark Kent fellow. I don't trust him.
Yeah, he seems pretty sus.
I think he's Batman. What about you?
Green Lantern, personally.
Oh, that's weird that you didn't leave the area after you just committed a major theft.
No, I probably won't get a chance to mention this next time. So, just to the left of that Team Flare member, there is a Hex Maniac, who, if you have, I believe it's either Haunter or Gengar, will give you a Gengarite, so you can Mega Evolve your Gengar.
Oh, very nice.
Now, I do get that, just not on screen, shall we say. You'll see the results of that little acquisition later.
Ah, okay, something to look forward to.
And folks, that was the Laverre City Gym and our visit to the Pokeball factory. It sucked. Never going there again. See you all next time. Bye bye.